Well, if you at least have one or two of these, one of these Hornby vans and one of these Hornby tankers, you know the problems with them? It's either they lose the roofs and the tank tops and the strapping get all broken because, well, someone decides to break them, like snip them off or something, I don't know. But they usually get broken. Well, luckily, there are spares about on eBay that I don't think many people have noticed, but I want to give some like publicity and some light to. Now, of course, it's the two Thomas themed wagons, because I bought them to fix up for this video as an example. But here I've got a printed roof. I think it's it's PLA plastic. I could tell from all the the texture sort of how it's been printed for the van. And I've got a new tank top and some strapping from, well, the respective eBayers Try and Buyer and CMO underscore 76, I believe. I'll put up their eBay pages up on the screen now, so you can see, you can have a search, or wait till the video's done and then go to the description, and I'll probably link the profiles down there. But straightforward with the van, plonk the roof on. And I quite like this, because I just received this roof today, and yeah, I could have just got a bit of plastic card, but I thought I'll give a bit of a review on this piece for this particular van, and it might be useful for people who don't really want to you know, cut up plastic card and glue it onto the body and make all the roof vents. They'd rather buy a replication piece, and this is quite decent. You could run it as is because it's already in the correct colour, or you could repaint it, or even because it's PLA, sand it down and then repaint it. I'm thinking maybe after this, I've done this bit of video, I will sand this down a bit so it's nice and smooth, and then paint it in white, probably spray it in white paint. But it's not a nice tight fit to the body. It must be just of how the texturing or the layering is. That's sort of just got like a bit of a press fit to the body. But it's a nice piece, and Try and Buy does a lot of different roof pieces for different vans, I believe. Some seat units for old Colestri coaches and four-wheelers, and some other bits and pieces that are sort of related to old Hornby railways and sort of Hornby railroad pieces that use these old toolings. But yeah, that fits. Now we're going to attempt to put this tank top and strapping to this Tidmouth milk tanker that I've already taken apart. Now, I once did one of these tankers before, and I bought this just out of curiosity of how to fit it on. The first try I did it, completely nailed it, and somehow about 7 months after, I was repairing a United Dairies milk tank. I bought 2 of these because I needed to repair, I think, that tanker and a Tidmouth milk tanker with the red lettering, which is quite rare, that I recently found. And somehow I completely forgot how to do it, and I was struggling and straining trying to get the top on and the strapping around it, and I ended up breaking it.
Did you say want?
So, job's a good one. But I bought a second one now, and I bought another one for this tanker. Now, if you want to, I'm not going to just for convenience of the video, you could probably boil this in hot water so it's a bit more malleable. Don't try and flex it too much because it will go kapling and snap. But we are going to fit it on. Now, what I usually do is fold it like this, try and maneuver the barrel between the strapping, of course, like this, and then click the lid on these tabs on the end. Try and get them into the slots of the barrel. There we go. First time try without it snapping. Yep, there you go. Now you can see it's all sort of bent and frayed like that. Well, don't worry about that, because we'll stick it back into the cage, whatever this is. I'm going to try and do this without not showing you, as in getting my hands in the way. But I'm going to try and slot this square piece into the square hole.
Rectangle. That's right. It goes in the square hole.
Got to do it on both sides. There's a bit of sprue in the way. Hang on. Sorry guys, there's a bit of sprue I just noticed, and I'm going to sort that out. That must have been hindering it somewhat. Oh, there goes my backdrop, starting to fall over. There's just bits of sprue on this. I just washed this the other day and I didn't even realise all this sprue. Right, that should be better. You could probably get a little mini screwdriver just to poke these square pieces into the slots. Do try and be careful with this. Don't try and force it and jam it. Just try and work your way around it carefully and steadily without breaking it. Shit, there you go. That wasn't my fault. The cage, for some reason, it's all got... I glued that piece on together beforehand, so I'm going to have to glue it back on when I put this bloody thing together. There we go. See? Bend them two together so they slot into the hole, and then hopefully the barrel will click in as well. But yeah, this cage, there we go, all together. Yeah, this cage is sort of fallen to pieces. It's got cracks everywhere, and there's super glue. Well, I've had the super glue bits together, so I'm gonna just glue that back on after I get this onto its chassis. Oh, hey presto. There you go, one complete milk tanker. All ready to run the rails, and... But yeah, these are two good spares I don't think lots of people actually know you can buy. Okay, yes, the roof isn't an original, it's a printed part. But are you going to most likely find the original? If you do, people will probably want like, what, 10 quid a roof? And do you really want to spend like £10 on a plastic part? That's not even a wagon. And also, the tankers, yes, you can just find the original lid and then get some brass wire or something and then just bend and cut and glue it onto this barrel, which I haven't tried yet, but I have seen done a few times, and I've got plenty of like metal wire, craft wire sort of stuff that I could use. But I quite like using these spares. They only cost by like under £2, and you get the whole kit, especially if you're missing the lid. And these roofs, again, if you don't really have any plastic card to you know, cut up and glue onto the roof, and you just want an original part, which, here, look at that, it's even got the original part number printed onto the, well, not printed, CAD drawn onto the part, so you know which one it is. What was I saying? Oh yeah. So if you just want like replica pieces for like wagons that are probably very sentimental to you, like, I don't know, they come from a train set from your childhood, and you'd rather buy new pieces for broken wagons than make ones, then there's no harm in that. The roof only costs about £2, and the tank top's under £2, so it's about like £3.50, I suppose, of just repairing two wagons that have common faults. Now, just handle these with care, and if you want to, glue the roof onto the wagon here, because you're not really going to take it off again. So, alright, I'm going to fix that, probably repaint this, and we're going to give these a run.